All right.
Thank you. Good morning. You may be seated. Give me just a second. I'll get signed on and we will be ready to go. All right, good morning. I am Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and this is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for May 25th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Persons appearing before this court are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that anything they say could be used against them. Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed attorney. If you have not qualified for a court-appointed attorney, or even if you have, you may retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I will be calling you up individually. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium. At the conclusion of your matter, the detention officer will have paperwork for you. That paperwork will detail my orders in your case, including information about future hearing dates, times, and locations, okay? All right, we are going to start this morning. Give me just a second. Mr. Garcia, are you on the phone?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ula?
Sorry, Judge, I didn't hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I know we're early, and I'm assuming that means that you have not had, I see you're in there meeting with your client, but do you need some additional time?
I appreciate it.
All right. Mr. State's Attorney is on the phone. Mr. Garcia, are you here on number 8 as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you good hanging out for 20 minutes to give Mr. Ula an opportunity to meet with his client?
No problem. I'll just hang back, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ula, if you just wave at me maybe when you are ready, and we'll go ahead and take your matter at a good breaking point after that, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we're going to start then with Juanita Rodriguez, please, and then Naomi Garcia.
Morning.
Morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record, ma'am.
Juanita Rodriguez.
And Ms. Rodriguez, what is your date of birth?
March 2nd, 1967.
And it's March?
Yeah.
Hold on, I will update that. Maybe. And March 2nd, 1968?
7 months.
Okay. All right, I have updated that information, and you are here today, ma'am. On two matters, you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued an arrest warrant for failure to appear in a post-adjudication matter in your case, CR 2011-112851. In that matter, I am not appointing you an attorney because one should already have been appointed for you. I'm setting a hearing date on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $5,000. Now, you are also here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those violations, and I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting 3 hearings in your new matter, the first on June 2nd at 8:30, the next one on June 2nd at 1:30 p.m., and the last one on June 4th at 8:30, all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Because the new offense was committed when you were on felony release in your case CR 2025-000086, I am holding you non-bondable on the new charges. Go ahead, step to the left. Thanks. Naomi Garcia and then William Baker, please. Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Noemi Annette Garcia.
And Ms. Garcia, what is your date of birth?
9/17/83.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated DUI while your license was suspended or revoked. That is a Class 4 felony, and I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including pretrial monitoring, including alcohol testing and drug testing, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, and no driving without a valid license. All right, go ahead, step to the left. William Baker, please, and then Matthew Mata. Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
William Edward Baker.
And Mr. Baker, what is your date of birth?
4/26/70.
Thank you. And you are here for two matters today. Let's go ahead and talk about your new case first. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and assault, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30. Both of those are in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your new case in the amount of $15,000. Now, you are also here because you are currently on probation in case CR. Hold on. I just moved. CR 2023-128897. In that case, Maricopa County Superior Court has issued a warrant for your arrest alleging on allegations that you violated your probation. In that probation violation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your probation matter in the amount of $1,000. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Matthew Mata, please, and then Seth Corporon. Morning, sir. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Matthew Martin,
And Mr. Mata, what is your date of birth?
July 31.
All right, and you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of robbery, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. Hold on. Dana, I'm sorry, I forgot. We need to indicate that I am appointing him an attorney, so that needs his paperwork needs to be updated. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $2,500. Go ahead, step to the left. All right, Seth Corporon, please. Good morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Seth Corcoran.
And what is your date of birth?
3/15/88.
Thank you. And you are here today on two matters. They are both, hold on, put them together. Yes. Superior Court has issued warrants for your arrest on allegations that you violated your probations in your cases CR 2021-121423 and CR 2024-145473. In each of those cases, I am appointing you an attorney, and in each of those cases, I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your 2021 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. And in your 2024 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step left. Dustin Blackwell, please. And then Jeremiah Shockey. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Dustin Blackwell,
And Mr. Blackwell, what is your date of birth?
9/2/94.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, finding a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $1,500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may, sorry Dana, I need to update this. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with an alleged victim. All right, go Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Go ahead, step to the left, please. Jeremy, I did. I'm sorry. I forgot to check some stuff I needed to check. Jeremiah Shockey, please, and then Manuel Padilla. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jeremiah Shockey, 3/13/1980.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you are here today because you were arrested on charges of removing a theft detection device, a Class 6 felony, and shoplifting concealment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. And Dana, just because this is how this morning is going, I do need to update this. He is on intensive probation services. So, sir, you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours after. If you're able to post your bond and secure your release, you'll need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. Go ahead, step to the left. I had mistakenly said 72. Go ahead, step to the left. All right, Mr. Garcia, you still doing okay on the phone?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I have not, Mr. Ula has not indicated that he's ready. Are you ready? He's giving me the high sign. So we're going to wait on Manuel Padilla, and we are going to go to Sean Cruz.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Give me just a minute to get. Where I need to be in this one. Okay. All right, good morning. And Mr. Ula, my process is usually to ask the defendant to identify themselves. I'll then give you an opportunity to make your appearance as well as Mr. Garcia, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Cruz, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor, my name is Sean Cruz.
And Mr. Cruz, what's your date of birth?
3/1/1990.
Thank you. And on behalf of the state, do we have an appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state.
Okay. And on behalf of Mr. Cruz?
Your Honor, good morning. Spencer Ula representing Mr. Cruz for purposes of the initial appearance. He obviously is in custody to my left.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Garcia, would you like to be heard on probable cause?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Ula, would you like to be heard on probable cause?
Yes, Your Honor. On a few of the counts, may I just begin?
Yes, please.
Judge, in terms of the charge for failure to stay at a scene, which is the one count in 28-661A2, the report indicates, or the Form 4 indicates, that this is a single vehicle incident, right? And if the idea is that person driving that vehicle involved in a single vehicle incident did not stay to exchange information, who does he provide the information to? So that element, in my view, is lacking. Similarly, Judge, the one that is 28-661A2, 661A, failure to give aid. Even the most objective reading of the Form 4 indicates that Mr. Cruz's wife took the children to the urgent care, which is only but half a mile.
Correct.
From where the incident took place, and the children were taken there. They were at the urgent care for not even 20, maybe 30 minutes max, and they were home within about 30 minutes of that by the time Mr. Cruz was able to take his vehicle home. So it is not a situation that somebody withheld any type of medical care from anybody involved in the situation needing medical care, but rather all of the necessary steps were taken to render aid. I recognize that maybe the court will say, well, those are factual disputes, save it for trial or a fact-finding hearing, et cetera, and I respect that. But Judge, surely these charges, the way they are proffered, seem like somebody perhaps grabbed a book and just started check-marking whatever could conceivably apply to see if the court would just sign off on it. Similarly, Judge, and this is an unfortunate incident, which I'll get to in a moment, the charge of endangerment is being proffered, ×2. The charge of reckless driving is being proffered. Now, I recognize that we don't have any type of reconstruction at this point of the incident. This is a 1997 vehicle, I'm informed, that was going at about 10 miles an hour in a vacant lot, being driven by somebody who is gainfully employed, has a stellar record of serving not just the community, but also the country. Ex-law enforcement officer, Judge, served in combat in the Army for many years, who is also an EMT by way of profession previously. It was really an accident that is liable to happen to anybody who happens to get behind the wheel. And things that he could control, he did, ensuring that the children were fastened in seatbelts. Now, if a child or if the circumstances cause a child to dislodge a seatbelt, unbeknownst to the operator of the vehicle, then obviously I would submit that can't be imputed, that knowledge of it can't be imputed to the driver, who has, by way of his background and training and experience, ensured that we're not going to drive a vehicle unless everybody is safely in, and we're just going to drive 10 miles an hour doing donuts, so to speak. It sure seems like if probable cause is there, Judge, it's barely there for purposes of this hearing. Family was notified, meaning Mr. Cruz's wife was notified that this happened. She comes towards the scene. Mr. Cruz is on the phone with AAA, and they're indicating, stay put, we're going to get there. Yet Mr. Cruz and family knows that there's an urgent care, but half a mile away from the scene. So the idea is that the wife is going to take the children to urgent care, which she did, and they're seen by medical professionals, and they're released because the injuries were of such a nature that they could have been released. Now, what is not lost on this case, Judge, is and I say this very respectfully, but there's family dynamics at play here. And I recognize we're not in family court, but what brought this to law enforcement's attention was it looks like the biological father of the children informed the police, and that's what caused the police to become involved in this investigation. Now, if we have the luxury, which I recognize we don't in this type of a hearing, in terms of looking at the background and looking for biases and motivations on behalf of people to misrepresent things, I would submit we would have ample cause to call into question how this report was made. And I would submit at many levels blown out of proportion. But we don't have to get into that. I would simply say that we have family dynamics at play here, whereby the reporting party is the ex of Mr. Cruz's wife, the biological father of the children. And once we get into it, Judge, I am informed that there's going to be ample record demonstrating contempt of court, demonstrating calls for service involving police, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the backdrop we're dealing with. But Judge, what the person's facing, that the court has in front of it, this is not a suspension for any type of a DUI that existed. This is not a suspension for any type of impairment related or public safety related. The license was suspended, Judge, because the registration had lapsed on his wife's vehicle that he did not know about, and he was making payments towards. And what makes this very unfortunate, Judge, and I'm not saying that ignorance is, of course, an excuse. Of course, I'm not saying that. But this gentleman, to his knowledge, had been making payments towards that. To his knowledge, the family had some changes in terms of credit cards, and therefore the automatic payments did not lock in as they were supposed to. And that's what caused the suspension, Judge, of the driver's license. Lastly, Judge, the metrics that the court recognizes itself in terms of deciding whether somebody is a good candidate for release, when the court is deciding if we're going to have least onerous release conditions imposed against somebody who has no record whatsoever, has a long demonstrated record of serving the community, serving the country, et cetera, those metrics themselves, unless I'm mistaken, recommend an OR release, Judge. And I would submit that for good reason, because they take into account this gentleman's presumption of innocence, his background, his proclivity to remain law-abiding. And they're not in the business of advocacy, Judge. They're not obviously a defense lawyer. They're not the state. They're not going to be trying to paint a picture from their perspective. They're giving the court the information as it exists. And they are saying, and those are, of course, recognized by the courts. Your Honor uses them. Other courts use them. They are saying that this gentleman is a good candidate for OR release. So I would submit, Judge, that if probable cause exists, it barely exists. And in this situation, the least onerous release condition, that's what we have to go with, would be an OR release. You can rest assured, Judge, that he's going to come back to court. He is going to see this through. He has no incentive whatsoever not to. Gainfully employed in this field, Judge, as a collision expert. So all of the telltale signs are there that the positive equities in the community are there. The court can rest assured that he's a good candidate to be released on his own recognizance. He's going to come back to court. He's going to see this through. There's not going to be any issues whatsoever in terms of maintaining the integrity of the case or contacting people to call into question the investigation. We're going to go through the court processes to do it. So I would submit Your Honor should release him as is recommended by the report itself for OR release in this case.
All right. In view of that, and Mr. Ula and Mr. Garcia, I will take up release conditions in a moment. With regard to probable cause at this point, Mr. Garcia, do you have any response?
Your Honor, I mean, on the objective basis of the plain reading of the Form 4, the defendant did not render aid. He did not contact anybody regarding the collision. It's being referenced as an accident. It was wholly avoidable. An accident is unavoidable. It's an accident. This could have been avoided. There was reckless driving in a vacant lot, and he ended up striking a light pole with 2 children in the car, and 2 children wound up in the hospital. Thank you.
I am, Mr. Ulo, I did hear your argument with regard to probable cause. I'm going to find probable cause. Mr. Cruz was driving when he shouldn't have been driving. He was doing donuts in a parking lot. He hit a light pole. He left the scene. The 2 children that were in the car with him did require medical care. So for purposes of finding probable cause, I am going to find probable cause that he failed to stay at the scene of an accident with injury or death, a Class 5 felony, failure to notify, Class 1 misdemeanor, endangerment, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and driving with a suspended or revoked license, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and reckless driving, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I am going to, and those with an offense date of honor about May 18th of 2025, I am going to find probable cause with regard to all of those cited violations. Now, with regard to appointing Mr. Cruz an attorney, Mr. Ula, I see that you have filed a limited notice of appearance just for purposes of this initial appearance calendar only. However, based upon the information that Mr. Cruz provided to pretrial services, I am finding that he is not indigent for purposes of appointing him an attorney. Therefore, I am not appointing him an attorney. Mr. Cruz is, of course, welcome to hire his own attorney, whether that be you or someone else. That would be up to Mr. Cruz. I am setting 2 hearings in this case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. And now I'm going to turn to release conditions. Mr. Ula, I did hear your argument or your position with regard to sort of the probable cause sort of flowed into it. Did you have anything additional to add with regard to release conditions in this case?
Judge, I alluded to, or rather I stated what I was going to say in terms of what my position is on release conditions. And yes, part of the reason I mentioned it in terms of probable cause setting is that my view is that, you know, when probable cause exists, and I recognize the court has found it, but it could be stated that it barely exists, that perhaps is yet another factor that the court can take into account in fashioning the release conditions in the least onerous manner that the court is required to find. And I would again highlight, Judge, lack of history, communal ties, all of the positive equities that I alluded to, and the report itself that we all use day in, day out in court that indicates that OR is appropriate.
All right. Mr. Garcia, would you like to be heard with regard to release conditions in this case?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond based on the danger that the defendant poses not only to the victims and those that, you know, might be in his vehicle or any vehicle at the time in the future, but also the community. Obviously, this incident directly impacted those directly around him, but it can impact those that could be around him in the future should his behavior continue to be the same or similar to what he did in this instance. Your Honor, the Form 4 doesn't come out and say that there were any family dynamics at play here, but the Form 4 suggested that there were. There was mention that the children's mother went to the scene of the collision. There was mention that the defendant told the children to go home. There's no mention, at least in the body of the Form 4, where the children live, where the defendant lives, but based on the location of the arrest and the location of where he resides, it seems, and again, it's just a suggestion from the Form 4, it did not say it, that he might reside with the mother of the children whom sees the children from time to time. That gives the state pause and concern for the children's safety, given the defendant's decision to do what he did in this instance. There was an x-ray of one of the victims. There's no outcome as to what happened there, and it seems that the other child just essentially got beat up pretty good with some bruises and maybe some scrapes. But his behavior is escalating. While I didn't see any dispositions or convictions or responsibilities for prior traffic offenses, moving and non-moving, it's maybe even just non-moving, Your Honor. What I'm trying to say is there were incidents in the past where his behavior was just irresponsible. I wouldn't go as far as to say reckless, but irresponsible. But it has escalated now to the situation where it is reckless. There was a citation or an incident where he had no financial responsibility twice. He had no driver's license in the past, and one incident where there was operating equipment that was not. I couldn't even really gather what the violation was, but it seemed as though the equipment was not in the condition it should have been. So it just seemed like irresponsible behavior, Your Honor. And I do want to reiterate, there was no disposition that the state saw. There was no indication of a disposition for responsibility or guilt. I don't think they were criminal offenses. But it's just irresponsible, and now it's culminated in this incident. It does appear there were no serious injuries, luckily, and for that, we have concern. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ula, do the children reside with Ms., and I'm asking this because it is typical where there is an endangerment to restrict contact between the defendant and the alleged victim. I'm sure you're familiar with this. So that is my go-to. But I don't know where the various parties are living, whether the children are with dad, their biological father most of the time. And I never mean to pry unnecessarily, and I don't mean to give that impression. So that's why the backstory, and so I apologize for that. But who is custody shared in this case between bio mom and bio dad?
It's 50-50, and my wife and I have been together for 7 years living together.
But are the children in that house, right? When they're with their wife?
Yes, sir.
Custody is 50-50, hence the family dynamics. When the children are with Mr. Cruz's wife, yes, they are in that residence.
Okay.
However, Judge, with respect, that should not be the factor that I would submit militates towards keeping him in. The court, as the court knows, can fashion release conditions that would say no contact with the victim in this case, if the court wants to go there. And additionally, Judge, we can fashion release conditions to alleviate any concerns about previous instances that the government has cited, which again, they recognize were not disposed of with any type of responsibility or convictions in that regard. The court can say no driving without a valid license. And there's nothing to indicate, Judge, that this person, with all of his background, with all of his commendations, with all of his service to the community and the country, cannot be entrusted to follow this court's order.
Okay. All right. All right. I have heard arguments, and I have heard oral arguments, and I have also reviewed the state's recommendation with regard to an appropriate secured appearance bond, as well as appropriate pretrial release conditions. I am finding that in this particular case, in view of Mr. Cruz's history, to include ties to the community, the behavior was dangerous and in that way did pose a risk to the community. Certainly the kids were injured in this case, and he shouldn't have been driving in the first place. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. In the event that you are able to set that bond and secure your release, I am going to state that defendant shall in contact with any alleged victim, any alleged child victim, in that okay. Let me try it. Okay. All right. I am ordering with regard to, I am ordering no alcohol, no driving without a valid license. You have to do certain other things like fingerprint, that's standard. I'm ordering specifically in this instance, no contact between you and any alleged victim, which is not directly supervised by a parent of an alleged victim. You shall not operate a motor vehicle. You don't have a license, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. I'm reiterating it here. Don't do it, okay? Kids were hurt, and that's something that nobody ever wants. Right, and I'm sorry, I changed it one more time. All right, with that, anything further from the state, Mr. Garcia?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything further from you, Mr. Ula?
Judge, may I just get the judicial officer's name for the hearings? You said the 2nd and the 4th. I
don't know who it will be. I'm sorry, I just have the dates and the times and the addresses. We will give you a courtesy copy so that you can have your own paperwork to take with you. But yes,
we'll figure
$10,000 secured appearance bond and the conditions we discussed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you
Judge,
so much.
if I may have a couple of moments with my client.
Take your time, sir.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Garcia, are you here on any other matters today?
No, Your Honor, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, sir. All right,
Thank you.
Manuel Padilla, and then Brian DeMar, please. Mr. Padilla? Morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Manuel Padilla,
And Mr. Padilla, what is your date of birth?
2/12/85.
Thank you. And you were here today because you were arrested based upon a direct complaint arrest warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. And that direct complaint arrest warrant alleges that on or about February 17th, 2025, you possessed or used dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and on or about February 7th, 2025, you possessed or used drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I am appointing you an attorney in that matter, and I'm setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both of those in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am affirming the $100 secured appearance bond amount that was stated in that arrest warrant. All right, go ahead, step to the left. All right, Brian DeMar, please.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Brian DeMar,
And Mr. DeMar, what is your date of birth?
10/12/75.
Thank you. And you are here today because you got arrested on based upon a direct complaint arrest warrant issued by the Maricopa County Superior Court, which alleges that on or about December 30th of 2020, you possessed or used dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and on or about December 30th, 2020, you possessed or used dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. Hold on just a second for me. I see that violation date was 5 years ago.
Yeah. I've been in a rehab program. I'm like 280 days clean. My dad was driving. I live with him. He's been helping me through this. And the officer asked me for my ID, and he arrested me. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. One of the main things I was going to do is go get my license and go get this cleared up in the next, like, couple weeks. But I've been isolated to the house and not talking to anybody or doing anything. And I just was waiting till I felt good to come down to the court and take care of it. And that police officer just caught me a couple of days before that happened.
Okay. And you're not currently on probation in anything. No, you actually haven't had law enforcement contact in 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. In view of that, and thank you for telling me about your sobriety. It's never an easy thing, and I'm 280 days.
285 days.
285
right now.
days. That
and I wasn't forced to do it. It's on my own. I wish I would have came down here before I got stopped. I don't drive because I'm not allowed to, and I'm not trying to be out breaking the laws. I just didn't come take care of my court yet,
All right. I am setting 2 hearing dates. The first on June 9th at 8:30 and the next one on June 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I'm going to release you. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
Get taken care of what you need to get taken care of. If you don't show up to your hearing dates, an arrest warrant will probably issue for you.
I will be there. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm changing my life.
That's good. All right, go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you.
We are going to need to reprint that, and I didn't sign it, did I? Thank you. Devin Helsel, please. Morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Devin Drew Helsel, Your Honor.
And Mr. Helsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Say it one more time. I'm doing a bad job with it.
No, you're okay. It's still morning. Devin Drew Helsel.
Helsel.
Yes,
all right. And Mr. Helsel, what's your date of birth?
September 3rd, 1989.
All right. And you are here today on 2 probation violation warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. You know what? I was wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. I was about to pass out.
Give me just a hot second, right? Okay, hold on. I was reading it wrong. Okay. All right, so let's try this again, Mr. Helsel. All right, you are here today because Maricopa County, for real this time, Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on a direct complaint matter which alleges that on or about August 3rd of 2024, you possessed or used narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. I am appointing you an attorney in that direct complaint matter. Hold on. I am setting hearings first on June 9th at 8:30 and the next one on June 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am showing, see, I had notes. Now I found them. I am showing that you have been in good and recent contact with your probation officer. All right, so will you go to those hearings on June 9th and June 12th?
Of course, of course.
Then I am going to release you on your own recognizance in this case. We're going to talk about your probation case, and that's next. Now, you are also here because the new matters in your direct complaint would constitute a violation of Term 1 in your probation. And that probation violation, and that is CR 2019-005935. In that probation violation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm also going to release you on your own recognizance on this one. I will tell you what tipped the, what moved the needle for me in this case was I did read back through the probation notes and the fact that you had been been in contact with your probation officer, been keeping your probation officer in the loop. Continue to do that. You do need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours, okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you're doing the right things. You're on the right track. Just keep at it, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Jordan West Keller, please. Morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jordan West Keller.
Okay, and your middle name's Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your date of birth?
10/6/95.
Okay, and you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor, and resisting arrest, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. Are you in custody on a different matter?
No.
Okay. All right, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent and an attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on June 10th at 2 p.m. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, but you are subject to certain release conditions.
Okay.
You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or reside at the same location as any alleged victim.
So it's a domestic violence
You're going to have to
assault charge.
find someplace else to live at least until your next court date, okay?
Okay.
If you need your stuff, you can arrange for one civil standby. And the way you do that is you contact your local police department and you tell them, I need a civil standby. They know what that is, okay? And they will go with you to get your stuff, your essential belongings, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Step to the left. If you do not go to your court date, a warrant may issue for your arrest. Ethan Perez, please. Mr. Perez, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Ethan Perez, April 9, 2001.
Thank you. And Mr. Perez, you are here because the Buckeye Municipal Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a post-adjudication matter. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you here today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 10th at 2 p.m. in the Buckeye Municipal Court. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You are reminded that if you do not go to that, another warrant for your arrest may issue, so you need to get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Xavier Contreras, please. And then John Burkett. Morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Xavier Contreras?
Sorry, I'm working on my pronunciation of Xavier.
It's okay.
All right, Mr. Contreras, what is your date of birth?
1/26/2000.
All right, and you are here today because the Goodyear Municipal Court issued a warrant for your arrest. This is an initial arrest warrant, and it alleges on allegations that on or about December 13th of 2020, you exceeded 85 miles per hour, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor.
Yes.
Okay, because of the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney here for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 11th at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Again, if you do not attend that hearing, you need to attend that hearing, because if you don't, a warrant may issue for your arrest.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, step left.
Thank you.
John Burkett, please. Hi.
Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, state your name for the record, sir.
John Leonard Burkett.
And Mr. Burkett, what is your date of birth?
8/27/1988.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Give me just a second. Okay. For purposes of appointing you an attorney based upon the information you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent. So I am not appointing an attorney for you here today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I'm setting a hearing on June 10th at 9 a.m. in the Santan Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. However, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not have contact with the alleged victim. Even if you and the alleged victim live together, you're going to have to find someplace else to live, at least until you see the judge on June 10th, okay?
Okay.
All right. You can arrange, if you and the alleged victim live together, you can arrange for one civil standby with your local police department to collect any essential belongings, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Leslie Borrego, please. Ms. Borrego, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Good morning. Leslie Borrego.
And Ms. Borrego, what is your date of birth?
December 11, 2001.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings on June 9th at 8:30 and June 12th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, step to left.
Thank you.
Darvin Blocker, please, and then Luna Rose. Mr. Blocker, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Darvin Blocker,
And Mr. Blocker, what is your date of birth?
January 29, 1990.
Thank you. You are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. Based upon the information you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting hearings on June 9th at 8:30 and June 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. A couple of points. One, no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, and no contact with any co-defendant. Okay, go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you.
Luna Rose, please. Good morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Luna Winter Rose,
And what is your date of birth?
July 27th of 05.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of reckless driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. Because of the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney here for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
I am setting a hearing on June 10th at 2 p.m. in the Arrowhead Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and release you today on your own recognizance. I'm reminding you need to obey traffic laws because when you don't, this is the sort of thing that happens, okay? All right, go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gerardo Pina Campos, please. Good morning, sir. Go ahead, say your name for the record.
The what?
Do you need an interpreter, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we will take that up. Go ahead, we're going to take one more and then we'll do the interpreter, okay? Leandre Rollins, please. Hello. Hi. All right, sir, I see you've got your big white laminated card.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, state your name for the record.
My name is Leandre Rashad Rollins.
Mr. Rollins, what's your date of birth?
September 17, 1987.
Thank you. All right. All right, Mr. Rollins, a warrant for your arrest is issued by the state of Florida. That state wants you back on the warrant. You've been given some paperwork to review on a white laminated card. Have you read that?
I'm a wave and have them come grab me, because I have not to go too much into it or whatever, but I had this, like, I caught a charge in 2012 for a misdemeanor for assault, and got it transferred from Florida to Michigan, because that's where I'm from, as an interstate compact. I completed the whole probation and everything or whatever, but somehow with Florida and Michigan, they signals crossed, because Florida was like, oh, you had too much police contact. So I was thinking, so from 2014 I had this warrant. It's been non-extraditable the whole time. I just got out of prison less than 10 months ago. I completed parole. I'm currently on felony probation down here in Arizona, and I haven't had no police contact at all. So, I just see my PO last week. So all of this is kind of like weird. So you know what I'm saying? So you say, but yeah, I would like for them to if they're gonna come get me, come get me.
Okay, so I appreciate that. I have a script I have to read.
Right.
So we're gonna do the script.
Okay. Fine.
So just bear with me. And at any point you decide that you want to go a different direction, you can totally go a different direction. Right. But I do have to go through the script. Okay. Right. All right. You have a warrant from the state of Florida. You have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days. Or you can demand an extradition hearing and that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are sent back to the state of Florida. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for the requesting state to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you do not have any criminal charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. If you choose to have an extradition hearing, I will set your hearing for June 2nd at 1:30 p.m. In the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you would have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you choose. You are entitled, you would not be entitled to bail because the arrest warrant, it states it is for a probation violation. And it does state that you are to be held non-bondable on that. A governor's warrant signed by both governors, or the governors of both Florida and Arizona, is required to extradite you to Florida. That process could take up to 90 days. Do you still wish to waive your right to an extradition hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not, like, the reason why, first off, is because I don't really understand the whole process of fighting it, because I'll still be here. Like I'll be here longer though. Yeah, so I'll be here up to like 90 days or something plus whatever. When I could just waive it and then they have to come get me within 30 days or they release me. Correct?
All right. It sounds like you've given it some thought and made a decision. All right. I understand at this point you want to sign the waiver of extradition. I need to ask you some questions as I'm making a record of this proceeding. So this is like, have you done like a plea before?
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like that. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand that you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand that you have the right to an extradition hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand? Okay. Well, do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Yeah, I'm waiving it.
Okay. You've done this before. Okay. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No.
Okay. Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours?
No.
Okay. I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver, and I am also signing it. I am directing the sheriff's office to notify the requesting state that you are ready to return.
Okay.
The requesting state will have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, the 30 days will not start until the conclusion of that case. Do you have any questions?
2 questions.
Sir.
First off, I definitely don't have no local charges, correct? I'm just staying here for a FOJ.
Well, I don't know. I don't have information that you do. That doesn't mean that there isn't some other jurisdiction.
No, I shouldn't. Yeah, like I've been doing exactly what I've been asked to do and required to do or whatever. I did my parole. I completed that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently on felony probation or whatever. I just seen my probation. They just re-switched me to a different probation officer like a week or 2 ago, but I was supposed to see him again June 11th.
Okay.
Will they notify them that I'm in custody? And then also whatever, like because I'm on felony probation here, like if they take me all the way back to Florida and then they release me from Florida, how do I get back here?
So that was a lot of questions, all like questions.
I'm sorry.
I heard 3. First, regarding, in front of me today, I have no information about other charges that are pending here in Arizona. That doesn't mean that there aren't any. I don't know that.
Right.
Second, with regard to how your...
If they notify my PO?
If they notify your PO, talk to the detention officers about that. They would have information, and you can always call your PO from here.
I got a new PO, so I don't even know that number. I got text the number, but it's not like I actually know the number because I haven't even met this PO yet. Like, This is a new PO now.
I would raise that with the detention officers. The third, about how your probation gets transferred between states.
No, I'm not trying to get my probation transferred. Okay. I'm saying they're transferring me. Essentially, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be picking me up and taking me to Florida. Well, I'm on felony probation here in Arizona for the next 3 years. So I want to know when I get released from there or whatnot, how do I make it back here?
So that is a question for somebody else. I don't know the answer to that, but that would be something you could possibly take up with your probation officer when you talk to them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready to sign your paperwork? Okay. Are we ready? All right. And I'm assuming that I signed what I needed to sign? Okay. All right, sir, if you want to come on up, are you ready for?
So I don't have no hearing. I just wait for them to come grab me. Correct?
Yeah, you just hang out until they come for you. And Dana, after Mr. Rowland's matter, we're going to go off the record so I can do a couple DUIs. All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Rowland, you had one more question?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if the extradition would start tomorrow, even though tomorrow is a holiday.
That is a good question. My understanding is it will start tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay? Your 30 days will start tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. That's all.
All right. Do we have language line for Mr. Gerardo Campos? We need Spanish, and then we need, and I shouldn't assume. Mr. Campos, are you a Spanish speaker?
I can speak both. I understand English. No.
Well, we can get an interpreter. I just wanted to confirm that we had the right language. Spanish?
Yeah, I can do it in English.
We can do it in Spanish. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
We just wanted to make sure we were on the right language.
Okay.
We're in the court setting. Is that okay? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to run the history of the court call.
Good morning, Mr. or Miss Interpreter. This is Commissioner Campbell. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. This is Ismael. I'm your Lionbridge Spanish interpreter. My ID number is 6070. I'm ready for your instructions.
Thank you. We have a Spanish language interpretation need this morning. So if we'll go ahead and start. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your name for the record? Wait, you got to wait for him.
Buenos días, señor. ¿Puede por favor decir su nombre para el registro?
Gerardo Piña Campos.
Gerardo Piña Campos.
Thank you. And Mr. Campos, what is your date of birth?
Octubre 27.
Campos, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
Octubre 27 del 2002.
I'm sorry, this is the interpreter. I was not able to get the date. I'm going to ask for a repetition. Disculpe, señor Campos, soy el intérprete. ¿Me repite la fecha de nacimiento una vez más? No la escuché muy bien.
Octubre 27 del 2002.
October 27, 2002.
And Mr. Campos, you were arrested yesterday on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting a misdemeanor.
Y señor Campos, usted fue arrestado ayer con los cargos de desorden y conducta de peleas y desorden.
I did find probable cause for that.
Yo encuentro causa probable para eso.
For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent, and an attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing.
Para propósitos de agendarle un abogado, lo estoy encontrando que un abogado debe ser asignado a usted para su siguiente audiencia.
That hearing will be on June 10th at 2 p.m. in the Buckeye Municipal Court.
Esa audiencia será el 10 de junio a las 2 p.m. en la Corte Municipal Buckeye.
Will you go to that hearing, sir?
¿Asistirá usted a esa audiencia, señor?
Sí, sí.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance.
Entonces le voy a liberar el día de hoy con su propia reconocimiento.
You're subject to certain release conditions.
Usted será liberado bajo ciertas condiciones.
No returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with the alleged victim.
No debe regresar a la escena del crimen o tener ningún contacto con la víctima.
If you live with an alleged victim, you need to find somebody somewhere else to live at least until your next hearing date.
Si usted vive con la víctima, usted necesita encontrar algún lugar aparte donde vivir hasta la fecha de su próxima audiencia.
At your next hearing date, that judge can change your release conditions.
En su próxima audiencia, el juez puede cambiarle las condiciones de liberación.
You can arrange for one civil standby to collect any essential belongings from your current residence if you live with an alleged victim.
Usted puede arreglar una visita para recoger cualquier pertenencia esencial de su residencia actual si usted vive con la víctima.
Go ahead, step to the left.
Proceda a dirigirse hacia la izquierda.
All right, Asal Hosseini. All right, Mr. Ishmael. I think, did he leave?
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. We're going to get a Farsi interpreter, so give us just a second.
report. Well, let me clarify one second. Is it a Ronnie Farsi or Connie Farsi? It's two different types.
Is it Irani Farsi
Yes.
or Afghani?
Irani.
Irani.
Hi, we're in the court setting. I'm going to go from transfer to a
Good morning, interpreter. This is Commissioner Campbell. Can you hear me? Good morning, interpreter. This is Commissioner Campbell. Can you hear me? Interpreter? Iranian Farsi. You said Afghani. You need Iranian Farsi.
Okay, sure. I think they just pronounced it wrong. I'm in the court setting. I'm going to transfer you to court call.
Good morning, interpreter. This is Commissioner Campbell. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to you. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning, Mr. Interpreter. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Ms. Husseini, can you please state your name for the record?
آقای حسینی سلام عرض ادب دارم خدمت شما. اسم خودم میشه بگین؟
من اصل حسینی هستم.
ارسلا حسینی؟
اصل.
اصل حسینی؟
بله.
Okay. Asal Husseini is the name, ma'am.
And Ms. Husseini, what is your date of birth?
تاریخ تولد شما چند است؟
01/01/1996.
Okay, January 1st, 1996.
Thank you. And Ms. Hosseini, you are here today on 3 matters.
خانم حسینی شما اینجا امروز به خاطر 3 مورد اینجا حضور دارید.
You were arrested yesterday on charges of organized retail theft a Class 4 felony.
Could you repeat that, ma'am? I couldn't catch it. She was arrested for what?
Organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony.
دیروز شما به خاطر خرید و فروش یک چیزی که به نام سافت میگن اون برنامه‌های سافت شما مگر گرفتار شدین یک مورد؟
Shoplifting with an artifice, a Class 4 felony.
و به تهمت از اینکه کدام چیز سرقت کرده بودین از کدام فروشگاه دوم؟
Shoplifting, removal of goods, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
در misdemeanor کدام جای دیگه هم گمان کنم که شما سرقت کرده بودین؟
And shoplifting concealment, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
در misdemeanor کدام جای دیگه هم میگه شما سرقت کرده بودین؟
I did find probable cause for all of those.
تمامی موارد را میگه ما دلایلش جمع آوری کردیم.
I am appointing you an attorney.
یک وکیل مدافع ما به شما تعیین میکنم.
And I'm setting 2 hearings in your case.
و 2 تا جلسه استماعی را به حساب پرونده شما ما میخوایم تنظیم بکنم.
The first on June 2nd at 8:30.
اولش که هست که 2 جون است ساعت 8:30 صبح.
And the second one on June 4th at 8:30.
و دیگهش به 4 جون است ساعت 8:30.
Both of those hearings are in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
در محکمه مرافعه داونتاون همون شهر است. هر 2 تا جلسه به صورت حضوری در خود داخل خود محکمه.
Ms. Hosseini, your new charges would constitute a violation of term 1 in your probations from 22 and 24.
به اساس قانون 22 و 24 ماده از او میگه اتهاماتی که بالای شما وارد شده در همون کاتگوری به حساب قرار میگیره.
In those probation violation matters, I am appointing you an attorney.
و به خاطر این تخطی ها و غلطکاری هایی که شما کردین وکیل مدافع هم به شما میده.
And I'm setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30.
و بعد 2 جون که گفت باز ساعت 8:30 بجه باز در جلسه استماعی همین موارد بحث میشه.
Those hearings will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
در محکمه خود محکمه داخل شهر این مراسم یا این موارد باز برگزار میشه.
In both of the probation violation matters, I am setting secured appearance bonds in the amount of $250.
و یک جریمه به حساب $250 را هم مد نظر گرفته در این جلسات که قرار است برگزار بشه.
So for all 3 cases, that is a total of $1,000 in secured appearance bonds.
بله و یک مبلغ تضمینی که برای همین جلسات که قرار است برگزار بشه مثل جلسه که اینا گفتن جمعاً $1,000 به عنوان مبلغ تضمینی هست که باید شما باید پول آماده داشته باشین.
In the event you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
و اگر با شما میخواین همون مبلغ تحویل بکنین باید و همون افسری که در این راستا به شما تعیین شده در ظرف 72 ساعت باید بر از او گزارش بدین.
All right, go ahead, step to left, officer has your paperwork.
ورقه‌ام برای شما میده باز.
الان من میرم زندان.
شما کجا میرین؟
الان باید برم زندان دارم میرم.
So she says that I don't hear loud and clear. Do I have to go to the prison now?
You will remain in custody until your hearings or until you post your bonds.
بله شما تا وقتی که جلسات استماعی شما برگزار میشه یا همون مبلغی که گفت رو باز میپردازین تا وقت باید در اسارت بمانید.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Interpreter.
You're welcome, ma'am, and thanks for calling Landbridge and using our services. Stay safe and have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, we have two house calls. We have Colin Tolman and Devlin Killingsworth. Neither Mr. Talaman or Mr. Killingsworth are able to be with us today because they are unable to function for purposes of appearing here in court. With regard to Mr. Talaman's date of birth is May 31st of 1990. Mr. Talaman was arrested yesterday on charges of DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, a misdemeanor, and endangerment, a misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. He was also charged with leaving the scene of an accident with injury or death, a felony. I did not find probable cause for that violation. However, I will remind Mr. Talaman that those charges are not dismissed, and formal charges may nevertheless be filed for that violation. I am setting a secured appeal. I am appointing. My bad. I am appointing Mr. Tallyman an attorney, and I apologize. We're going to need to reprint that. I am appointing him an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in Mr. Talaman's case in the amount of $2,000. In the event that he is able to post that bond and secure that release, he would be subject to pretrial monitoring, including alcohol and drug testing. Now, we also have Devlin Killingsworth. Mr. Killingsworth's date of birth is May 14th, 2005. Mr. Killingsworth was arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, burglary, a Class 3 felony, burglary in the first degree, a Class 3 felony, burglary in the third degree, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, possession of narcotics, a Class 4 felony in possession of narcotics for sale, a Class 2 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct involving weapons, a Class 6 felony. Did find probable cause for all of those. I am, and I'm sorry, appointing Mr. Killingsworth and attorney. We need to update the, I managed not to mark the attorney for both of those. So sorry about that, Dana. I am appointing Mr. Killingsworth an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on May 30th at 8:30, June 2nd at 1:30 p.m., and June 4th at 8:30 a.m., all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Mr. Killingsworth is not eligible for release on bond because he was on felony release when he committed the most recent offenses. As a result, I am holding him non-bondable on the new offenses. All right, with that, that concludes the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar, and we will stand adjourned. All right. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Garcia. I apologize for the wait and the delay.
No problem, Your Honor. Thank you.
It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
And good morning, Your Honor. The interpreter is also present.
Good morning. All right. I am assuming, Mr. Garcia, you are here on item 10, correct? Wait. No.
19, Your Honor. Washington.
Oh, okay. That would, I am sorry. I apologize for that. I was going too fast, and what I needed to do was back up. So now I'm going to back up. Mr. Garcia, why don't, Madam Interpreter, are you okay hanging on for just a minute while we take care of an English language case first, and then we'll go to the Spanish language? Is that okay with your time frame?
Yes, that's okay, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take William Washington first, please. William. Morning, sir.
Morning.
All right, Mr. Garcia, would you like to make your appearance for the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state.
All right. And Mr. Washington, will you please state your name for the record?
William Herman Washington, Jr.
And Mr. Washington, what is your date of birth?
11/24/71.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Garcia, would you like to be heard on probable cause?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Washington, having reviewed the Form 4 in this matter, I am going to, you are here on charges of murder in the second degree, a Class 1 felony. Having reviewed the Form 4, I am going to find probable cause for that offense, which was allegedly committed yesterday, May 24th, 2025. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting two hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30, and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Mr. Garcia, would you like to be heard on terms of release, if any?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, in short, the state is requesting a $500,000 cash bond, given the seriousness of the offense, the submitted offense, as well as somebody losing their life during the course of this matter. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Washington, would you like to be heard on terms of release, if any? I'm going to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent.
I'll remain silent.
Okay. All right. I am going to go ahead and I did review the Form 4, and I agree that the state's recommendation regarding a $500,000 cash bond is appropriate in this matter. In the event that that bond were to be placed, or that Mr. Washington were to make that bond, I do think that pretrial monitoring to include ankle monitoring is appropriate in this case. So with that, I am going to set that cash bond, and you can go ahead and step to the left, sir. Unless there's anything further from you, Mr. Garcia.
No, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. And I apologize. I should have stated at the beginning that this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for May 25th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar as well, and that certainly applies to Mr. Washington's case, which we just heard. All persons appearing before this court are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that anything they say can be used against them. Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed attorney. If you have not qualified for an attorney, or even if you have, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I will be calling you up individually. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium, and the detention officers will have paperwork at the conclusion of your matter, which will detail my written orders in your case. All right, with that,
Muy
let's
bien,
go
debí de
ahead.
haberles dicho, one moment please, debí de haberles dicho, este es el calendario de las 11 de la mañana del día de hoy, 25 de mayo del 2025. Las órdenes emitidas en el primer calendario del mes con respecto a la toma de huellas dactilares y muestras de ADN aplican en todos los casos. Quiero recordarles que tienen el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que digan se podría usar en su contra. Y la mayoría de ustedes califican para un abogado asignado, un defensor público, pero si no califican, todos tienen el derecho de contratar un abogado que ustedes podrían pagar. Y cuando escuchen su nombre, van a pasar al podium y al final de su audiencia, los agentes les van a dar un documento que incluirá todo por escrito.
Thank you, and I apologize for getting so far ahead, Madam Interpreter. I do apologize.
Oh, no
All right,
problem, Your Honor.
We're going to go to Juan Leiva Acosta, please.
Juan Leiva Acosta, pase por favor.
Thank you. Mr. Acosta, please state your name for the record.
Señora Acosta, dígame su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Es Juan Ernesto Leiva Acosta, 9 de julio del 74.
Juan Ernesto Leiva Acosta, July 9, 1974, Maria Court, Court Interpreter's Office.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Acosta, based upon the information you provided to pretrial services, I am finding you are not indigent for purposes of appointing you an attorney.
Gracias, señora Acosta. Según la información que usted le presentó a la Agencia de Control de Procesados, usted no es indigente y no le voy a asignar un defensor público.
Okay.
As a result, I am not appointing an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Como resultado de eso, no le voy a asignar un defensor público. Sin embargo, usted puede contratar un abogado que usted tendría que pagar.
I'm setting two hearings in your case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30.
Le voy a fijar a dos audiencias en su caso, la primera el 2 de junio a las 8:30, la segunda el 4 de junio a las 8:30.
Both of those hearings will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
Ambas audiencias serán en el Tribunal Superior del Centro de Phoenix.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $15,000.
Le voy a fijar una fianza para asegurar su comparecencia en el caso de $15,000.
Go ahead, step to the left.
Pase a la izquierda. No, espere.
In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you are reminded that you may not possess any weapons.
En caso de que usted deposite esa fianza y quede en libertad, se le recuerda que no debe de tener posesión de armas.
Okay, go ahead, step to the left.
Pase a la izquierda.
Jorge Lopez Silva, please. And then
Jorge
Antonio
López Silva.
Lopez. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Mr. Silva, will you please state your name for the record?
Nombre completo, señor Silva.
Mi nombre es Jorge López Silva.
Jorge López Silva.
And Mr. Silva, what is your date of birth?
Señor Silva, ¿su fecha de nacimiento?
Agosto 1 de 1984.
This first, 1984.
Thank you. You were arrested yesterday on charges of DUI, on two, I'm sorry, let me back up.
That's okay.
On charges of aggravated DUI, a class 4 felony.
Usted fue arrestado por una acusación de manejar ebrio con agravantes, que es delito categoría 4.
And the aggravating factor there was driving on a suspended or revoked license.
El agravante es que usted manejó con licencia revocada o suspendida.
You were also arrested on charges of DUI, and 2 counts of DUI, both misdemeanors.
También fue arrestado por 2 puntos acusatorios de manejar ebrio, que son faltas.
I did find probable cause for those.
Determino que existe motivo fundado en esas acusaciones.
For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent.
Determino que usted no es indigente.
You may, and so I am not appointing an attorney for you today.
Así de que no le voy a asignar un defensor público el día de hoy.
You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Por supuesto, usted puede contratar a un abogado que usted tendrá que pagar para que lo represente.
I'm setting 2 hearings in your case.
Voy a fijarle 2 audiencias en su caso.
The first on June 2nd at 8:30.
La primera el 2 de junio a las 8:30.
And the second one on June 4th at 8:30.
Y la segunda el 4 de junio a las 8:30.
Both of those hearings will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
Ambas audiencias serán en el Tribunal Superior del Centro de Phoenix.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $5,000.
Le voy a fijar una fianza para asegurar su comparecencia en la cantidad de $5,000.
In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not drive without a valid driver's license and you may not consume alcohol.
En caso de que usted deposite esa fianza y quede en libertad, no debe de manejar si no tiene licencia de manejar válida y tampoco se le permite consumo de bebidas alcohólicas.
Right. Go ahead, step to the left, officer has your paperwork.
Pase a la izquierda.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Antonio Lopez, please.
Antonio López.
All right, Mr. Lopez, please state your name for the record.
Nombre completo, señor López.
Antonio López Chilel.
Antonio López Chilel.
And Mr. Lopez, what is your date of birth?
Señor López, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
11 de junio de 1990.
June 11, 1990.
You were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal damage, a class 1 misdemeanor.
Usted fue arrestado el día de ayer por una acusación de posesión de daño a propiedad ajena, falta categoría número 1.
Taking the identity of another, a class 4 felony.
Usurpar la identidad de otra persona, que es delito categoría 4.
I did find probable cause for both of those violations.
Determino que existe motivo fundado para ambas acusaciones.
You were also arrested on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony.
También fue arrestado por posesión de drogas narcóticas, que es delito categoría 4.
I did not find probable cause for that violation based upon the limited information I have in front of me.
Determino que no existe motivo fundado con respecto a esa acusación con fundamento en la poca información que yo tengo.
That violation is not dismissed and formal charges may nevertheless be filed for that violation.
Esa acusación no se desestima, sin embargo, se le pueden presentar esas acusaciones formales nuevamente.
I am appointing you an attorney.
Le voy a asignar un abogado.
And I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30.
Y le voy a fijar 2 audiencias en su caso. La primera, el 2 de junio a las 8:30.
And the next one on June 4th at 8:30.
Y la segunda, el 4 de junio a las 8:30.
Both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
Ambas en el Tribunal Superior del Centro de Phoenix.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $1,500.
Le voy a fijar una fianza para asegurar su comparecencia de $1,500.
In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim.
En caso de que usted deposite el dinero de la fianza y quede en libertad, no puede regresar a la escena del supuesto delito ni tampoco tener comunicación con la supuesta víctima.
All right.
Disculpe,
Excuse me.
del otro lado me dieron una fianza de 700 también. ¿Esto es el mismo o es otro?
On the other side, they order a bond of $700. Is this for the same thing or is this something different?
So I don't know what paperwork you have there in your hand. However, the violations and release conditions we just talked about are for your offense which occurred yesterday.
No sé cuáles sean los documentos que usted tiene en su mano. Sin embargo, las acusaciones de las que le acabo de informar son por los delitos que ocurrieron el día de ayer.
Sí, porque yo estuve en la corte del otro lado ahorita. No tiene mucho que me dieron esta fianza, esta hoja, que la juez pues me dio esta fianza y que ya estaba listo para ir para el otro lado y me trajeron para acá otra vez.
Well, I went to see a judge on the other side and I was given this paperwork and then they told me that I was ready to come here before you.
You saw a Phoenix judge. That's completely different than these charges.
Okay. Thank you. The detention officer is telling me that those are other charges.
El agente de detención me está indicando que esas acusaciones son diferentes.
So the charges that you're here on before this court are the ones for which you were arrested yesterday.
Las acusaciones por las que usted está aquí el día de hoy son por las acusaciones de ayer.
That's the taking the identity of another and the
Usurpar
criminal
la
damage
identidad de otra persona y daño a propiedad ajena.
and the narcotic drug possession.
Y posesión de drogas narcóticas.
Okay? Go ahead, step to left.
Pase a la izquierda.
¿Por this different?
Again, sir, I don't know exactly what paperwork you have in your hand. What I've told you today is the charges for which you are before this court.
Señor, no sé qué papel tiene en su mano. Yo le informé las acusaciones que usted tiene aquí el día de hoy.
Okay? Two separate courts. So, Madam Translator, the detention officer could you repeat for Mr. Lopez?
You just let him know that there's he went to two different courts. This is for the criminal damage.
Señor, usted compareció a dos juzgados diferentes. El de aquí es por daño a propiedad ajena y el otro es por un caso que tiene en la ciudad de Phoenix.
For failure to obey a police officer, failure to appear, failure to stay at accident.
Y por el otro caso es por no obedecer a un agente de policía y por no presentarse a una audiencia anterior.
Okay.
All right, Edgar Yechtel, please. Good morning, sir.
Buenos días, señor.
Could you please state your name for the record?
Nombre completo para las actas.
Edgar Manuel Yetlin.
¿Manuel qué?
Yetlin.
Edgar Manuel Yetlin.
Sí.
And Mr. Yechtley, what is your date of birth?
Señor Yetlin, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
2002. El 18 de septiembre.
September 18, 2002.
And Mr. Yechtley, you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Señor Yetley, usted fue arrestado el día de ayer por posesión de artículos de droga, que es una falta categoría número 1.
I did find probable cause for that violation.
Determino que existe motivo fundado en esa acusación.
Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today.
Debido a la naturaleza de las acusaciones, no tiene el derecho a que yo le asigne un defensor público.
However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Sin embargo, si usted desea, puede contratar un abogado que usted tendría que pagar.
I'm setting a hearing on June 11th at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court.
Voy a fijar una audiencia el 11 de junio a la 1 de la tarde en el Tribunal Municipal de Goodyear.
Mr. Yeckley, will you agree to go to that hearing?
Señor Yeckley, ¿está de acuerdo en presentarse a esa audiencia?
El 11 de julio.
July 11?
June 11th.
11 de junio.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You need to go to that hearing or another arrest warrant may issue for you.
Deberá de presentarse a esa audiencia porque si no se emitirá otra orden de aprehensión en su contra.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, officer has your paperwork. All right, Madam Interpreter, can you inquire in the gallery if anybody else needs your services this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite intérprete en español? Si es así, levanten la mano. Any hands?
No interpreter? Anybody else in Espanol? No.
All right, Madam Interpreter, thank you for your time and your patience this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Jonathan Ariano. I'm gonna get it one of these days. And then Adrian June. Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Ariano,
And Mr. Ariano, what is your date of birth?
October 14th, 1991.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, discharge of a firearm within city limits, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct involving weapons, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, based upon the information which you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent. So I am not appointing an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $25,000. In the event you are able to make that bond and secure your release, I'm reminding you two things. There'll be other information, other release conditions in your paperwork, but importantly, you're not to possess any weapons.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Are you on probation?
Yes, ma'am, for drugs,
possession charge. So you would need to contact your probation officer.
So a secure bond would be what, like 10% of 25,000?
So you can work with a bond company to place that bond. That's typically what they require. However, you would have to work with the bond company to figure out what is appropriate or what they will accept and what you will accept.
Okay.
So, and the detention officer will have that information for you. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, wait, Mr. Ariano, come back. That probation thing we forgot to talk about. Sorry. I apologize. And okay, so you're also here because the probation. And your new charges would constitute a violation of term 1 of your probation. Again, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, I'm finding you're not indigent, but you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
So I don't have an attorney right now, I gotta pay for my own?
You would have to pay for your own.
I don't have money like that, man. I just started working.
Okay. So I can, in both cases, I can go ahead and, because my review was that it was borderline for appointing you an attorney. So I can go ahead and appoint you an attorney in both cases. Okay.
So when she was asking me about the financial stuff, I was more answering them in the sense of minding my girlfriend, like.
Okay.
Working it out together. Me myself, I don't make that much money.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and based upon that, redid 11 and 27. So I am appointing you an attorney in both cases, both in on your new charges and on your probation violation. In your probation violation matter, I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $2,000. Again, so that's combined $27,000 for both cases. You can work with a bond company to set that. In the event that you are able to make that bond, you are reminded you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Sorry, Dan. Adrian June, please.
Yes.
All right.
Hi.
All right, Mr. June, please state your name for the record.
Adrian June,
Mr. June, what is your date of birth?
November 4th, 1981.
Okay. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, and threatening, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I'm not appointing an attorney here for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Okay.
I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30. Both of those are in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $50,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim.
Okay.
Officer will have your paperwork. Go ahead, step left.
Okay.
Joseph Bailey, please, and then Charles Eicher. Mr. Bailey, go ahead, state your name for the record.
One more time?
State your name for the record.
Joseph Bailey,
And Mr. Bailey, what is your date of birth?
May 16th of 2006.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on disorderly conduct involving weapons, a Class 6 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon, person under 21 years of age, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney here for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $25,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain pretrial release conditions, including electronic ankle monitoring and not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with an alleged victim. Okay, go ahead, step left. Charles Eicher, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Go ahead, state your name for the record, sir.
Charles Eicher,
And Mr. Eicher, what is your date of birth?
12/20/60.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, carrying a deadly, failing to admit carrying a deadly weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and driving with a suspended or revoked license, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. You were also arrested on charges of theft or control of stolen property, a Class 6 felony. Based upon the limited information I have in front of me, I'm not finding probable cause for that violation. That doesn't mean that the allegation is dismissed, and formal charges may nevertheless be brought for that violation. All right. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $10,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you are reminded you may not possess weapons.
I didn't have a weapon. I don't know where it come from. It's in the truck, though.
You are a prohibited possessor, and
Yes.
it was in the truck. Go ahead, step to the left. Michelle Jimenez, please, and then Christopher Foster. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Michelle Jimenez,
And Ms. Jimenez, what is your date of birth?
July 27, 1968.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, theft or control of stolen property, a Class 6 felony, and failing to admit carrying a deadly weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, based upon the information you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I'm not appointing an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not possess any weapons or consume alcohol or drive a car without a valid license. Okay, go ahead, step to the left. Christopher Foster, please, and then Abdieli Diaz Ramirez. Sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Christopher Foster,
And Mr. Foster, what's your date of birth?
4/20/1983.
Thank you. And you are here because the Maricopa County, the grand jury in Maricopa County issued a warrant for your arrest. And that warrant alleges that the allegations that led to that warrant are leaving the scene of an injury accident, a Class 5 felony, which occurred on or about August 8th of 23. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on May 30th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $5,000. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Abdieli Diaz Ramirez, please. Mr. Ramirez, go ahead, state your name for the record.
It's Abdiel Diaz Ramirez.
And I apologize for mispronouncing your first name. Mr. Ramirez, what is your date of birth?
March 1st, 2003.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 5 felony, and racing exhibition of speed, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney. I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $1,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, I'm reminding you, you may not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay, go ahead.
So if I have a valid driver's license, I can drive?
You know, hold on. I am going to order that, just to make it clear. Okay. And it. Yeah. Okay. Done to myself again. Just a second.
Here, 4 to 17 now. Good work.
Okay. So just to be clear, I am ordering that you may not drive a motor vehicle until further court order. Okay? Go ahead, step to the left. Did it get signed and everything? No, it's okay. All right, John Moroyoki. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
John Morioki,
Mr. Moroyoki, what is your date of birth?
11/29/1972.
Thank you. And you are here on two matters today. You are here on a Superior Court matter. We're going to talk about that one first. You are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for failure to appear in their matter CR 2023-007191. In that matter, I am not appointing you an attorney because one should already have been appointed for you. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500 in your failure to appear matter. You are also here, and we do need to reprint that one because I had the attorney information incorrect. And you are also here because the South Mountain Justice Court issued a warrant for failure to appear in that matter. In that matter, I'm also appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing on May 29th at 8:30 in the South Mountain Justice Court. In that matter, I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50, so you can get credit for time in custody on that matter.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead, step to the left. Thomas Deerholt, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning, sir. All right, go ahead, state your name for the record.
What? I'm sorry?
State your name for the record.
Thomas Charles Deerholt,
And Mr. Deerholt, what is your date of birth?
10/18/1981.
Thank you. And you are here because Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on a probation violation matter in your probation case CR 2023-152537. In that probation violation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Go ahead, step to left. Officer has your paperwork. Brandon Schatz, please. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Brandon Schatz,
All right, and Mr. Schatz, what is your date of birth?
3/10/1995.
Thank you. And you are here today because Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to, in your family court matter for failure to pay child support. Because this is not a criminal matter, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you, but you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on May 30th at 10 a.m. in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am, pursuant to that warrant, setting a cash purge amount in the amount of $700. So you'd have to pay that to get released.
You're lying.
No. Go ahead, step to the left. Nicholas Smith, please, and then Jason DeRoss. Morning, Mr. Smith. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Nicholas Smith,
And Mr. Smith, what is your date of birth?
March 23rd, 1994.
Thank you. And you are here today because you got arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated DUI. The aggravating factor was that there was a passenger under 15 in your car. That is a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. Purposes of appointing you an attorney. Based upon the information you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney for you. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting hearings on June 9th at 8:30 and June 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to release you to pretrial services. You will need to register with pretrial services, and I am requiring that pretrial services conduct drug and alcohol testing, okay? I'm also ordering that you shall not drive a motor vehicle. Go ahead, step left.
For how long is that?
You can talk to the court on June 9th at 8:30.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Jason DeRoss, please. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, Mr. DeRoss, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jason DeRoss,
All right, and Mr. DeRoss, what is your date of birth?
0315-2004.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated DUI, a Class 6 felony. Again, the aggravating factor here was passenger under 15. I did find probable cause for that, and I am appointing you an attorney. I'm setting a hearing on June 9th at 8:30 and June 12th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You will need to register with pretrial services. I am going to require that pretrial services do drug and alcohol testing.
Okay.
You may not drive a motor vehicle. Go ahead, step left.
Sorry, one question. Yesterday when I had got arrested, they told me that I would be able to for 30 days, but then after that it's no.
I'm ordering today that you not drive a motor vehicle. If you want to talk to the court about doing something different on
okay,
June 9th.
I'll just ask you.
Okay.
For sure.
Gael Del Valle. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Gael Del Valle,
And Mr. Del Valle, what is your date of birth?
November 10, 2004.
Thank you. And you were arrested yesterday on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting a Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for those. And I am, for purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent. An attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be in the Goodyear Municipal Court on June 11th at 1 p.m. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance, but you do have release conditions. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence. If you previously lived with the alleged victim and you need to retrieve any essential belongings, you can arrange for one civil standby with your local police department. You just call them and you say, I need a civil standby. They know what that is and they will assist with that. Okay, go ahead, step left.
Thank you.
Fernando Castro, please. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Fernando Castro for April 16, 1989.
Is it April 16th or April?
It's 16, but on my ID it says 19, so I got to get that changed too. So
okay.
Forgot to do that too. So
okay. All right. So you are here because the San Tan Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to pay or comply. I think it's a failure to pay. The stamp is very light, but it is a post-adjudication matter.
yeah.
Because of the nature of those charges, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you here today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 10th at 9 a.m. in the San Tan Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Make sure you go to your hearings. If you don't, another arrest warrant may issue.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay, go ahead, step left. Thank you. Marie Farmer, please. All right, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
It's Marie Farmer, 2853.
Okay. And you are here, ma'am, because the Peoria Municipal Court has issued 3 warrants for your arrest. They are all, hold on, make sure they are all failure to appear warrants. They're all pre-adjudication failure to appear warrants for matters involving make sure I get them all. For transient prohibited.
Your Honor, when I sit down, they just simply told me I'm under arrest. Monday, I stopped at Peoria Court to take care of those warrants. And then I was told Amy Ben is only there on Tuesday. So I was looking forward to go and take care of those warrants.
Okay. So because of the nature of those charges, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. In all 3 matters, I am setting a hearing on June 12th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. Ms. Farmer, will you go to that hearing?
I will go there, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Make sure you go to your hearings, otherwise you'll get the additional arrest warrant.
Yeah, I will take care of that because I'm getting very angry about them just get me up. You got to want
right.
So I will go there.
Okay.
And take care of that.
Okay, go ahead, step to the left, officer. I should take a look for you. Terrence Brown, please, and then John Marcolini. Morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
My name is Terrence Jerome Brown,
Mr. Brown, what's your date of birth?
August 5th, 1980.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting a Class 1 misdemeanor. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I'm finding that you are indigent, and an attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on June 12th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You are subject to release conditions, including not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with the alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim, nor go to the alleged victim's residence. If you previously lived with the alleged victim and you need to get your essential belongings, you can contact your local police department to arrange for one civil standby. Okay? Go ahead, step to left.
What if we have children? I can't see my children at all.
Okay. So you have children with the alleged victim?
Yes.
Okay. How old are your children?
16 or 14.
Okay. The children's mother has a cell phone, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, I am saying that you may have written contact, text, or email with the alleged victim for purposes of arranging care, custody, and visitation with shared biological children.
Thank you.
I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, sir. Okay, we're going to need to reprint that to include the new term. All right, John Marcolini, please, and then Alejandro Ortega Padilla. Hello. All right, Mr. Marcolini, go ahead and state your name for the record.
John Marcolini.
And Mr. Marcolini, what is your date of birth?
August 13th, 1979.
Thank you. And you were arrested yesterday on charges that you possessed or used dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on June 9th at 8:30 and the next one on June 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those hearings?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You need to go to your hearings. If you don't go to your hearings, an arrest warrant may issue. Go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you.
Alejandro Ortega Padilla, please, and then Lucy Rivas.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Alejandro Ortega Padilla.
And Mr. Padilla, what is your date of birth?
01/12/1998.
Thank you. All right, you were arrested yesterday on charges of a DUI, a class 1 misdemeanor, DUI with a BAC of .08 or more, also a class 1 misdemeanor, and failure to stop or obey police command, a class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent. An attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on June 11th at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Will you go to that?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I'm going to go ahead and release you today on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
Lucy Rivas, please. Good morning. Ms. Rivas, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Lucy Rivas,
And Ms. Rivas, what is your date of birth?
4/30/1981.
All right, and you are here today because the Kyrene Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter appears to involve criminal trespassing with a violation date of on or about February 24th of 25. Because of the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 11th at 9:30 a.m. in the Kyrene Justice Court. Will you go to that?
June, what? I don't even know what day it is.
Today is May 25th, so this is June 11th at 9:30.
Okay, yes.
Okay, then I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. If you step the left, officer will have your paperwork for you.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, I think that is everybody from the 11 a.m. calendar. Did we miss anyone, officer?
No, I think that's, for sure that's everybody I had on my list.
All right, we will then stand adjourned until the 2 p.m. calendar.
Oh, is Mr. Hurry on the way? Oh, okay. He's on the way. You would? Oh, he's already coming. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna get back there.
All right. Thank you, officer.
Sorry.
I was standing out there.
Oh, officer.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do we have the interpreter?
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Would the interpreter please announce?
Yes, Maria Court Interpreter's Office.
Thank you very much for working on the weekend. I greatly appreciate it. Will you please invite Ms. Gonzalez up to the podium?
Señor González, por favor, al podium.
Miss, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Gracias.
Señora, si usted habla inglés parcialmente, por favor, espere hasta que le interpreten.
Please tell me your name, miss.
Dígame su nombre, por favor.
Violeta Juárez González.
Violeta Juárez González.
Miss, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence as a Class 6 felony.
Tiene un punto acusatorio de manejar bajo la influencia con agravantes, que es delito categoría 6.
You're charged with endangerment as a Class 6 felony.
También tiene un punto acusatorio de puesta en peligro, que es categoría 6.
I have appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 9th of June, downtown Phoenix.
Le he asignado un abogado. Su próxima audiencia es el 9 de junio en el centro de Phoenix.
You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll get out in 6 hours. Good luck, miss.
Quedará en libertad bajo caución juratoria. Saldrá en unas 6 horas. Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank
De
you.
nada.
Gracias. God bless you. Gracias.
Will you invite Mr. Thank you, Ms. Interpreter. Would you invite Mr. Nathaniel Aguilar Mendez to the podium, please?
Señor Nathaniel Aguilar Méndez, pase al podium, por favor.
Sir, if you're partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señor, si usted entiende parcialmente el inglés, por favor, espere a la interpretación antes de que responda.
What is your name, sir?
¿Su nombre completo, señor?
Natanael Aguilar Méndez.
Nathanael Aguilar Méndez.
You're charged with 1 count of narcotic drugs as a felony.
Tiene un punto acusatorio de drogas narcóticas, que es un delito.
1 count of drug paraphernalia as a felony.
Punto acusatorio de adminículos de droga, que también es un delito.
Open container of alcohol in a vehicle as a misdemeanor.
Una bebida abierta alcohólica en el automóvil, que es una falta.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Le he asignado un defensor público.
Your next hearing is June the 9th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released. Good luck, sir.
Su próxima audiencia será el 9 de junio en el centro de Phoenix. Quedará en libertad próximamente y buena suerte.
Miss Interpreter, that's all I show for Spanish, but in case I missed one, can you give me a courtesy announcement, please?
Absolutely. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite intérprete en español? Si es así, levanten la mano. Any hands?
I'm showing two hands are raised, the lady in the back also. Would you ask the gentleman have the gentleman come up?
Señor, acérquese, por favor.
Okay, and the officer just said we have 3 more. What is your name, sir?
¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Abimael López Osorio.
Abimael López Osorio.
Number 20. Okay. Sir, you're charged with 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence, wrong way.
Señor, tiene 2 puntos acusatorios de manejar ebrio con agravantes y manejar en sentido contrario.
As well as 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence as Class 4 felonies.
2 puntos acusatorios de manejar ebrio, delitos categoría 4.
This is out of La Paz County. I cannot appoint an attorney in La Paz.
Esto es del tribunal del condado de La Paz. No le puedo asignar un defensor público.
You're going to meet the La Paz judge on the 29th day of May.
Usted se va a reunir ante un juez de La Paz el día 29 de mayo.
That judge wants a $10,000 bond. Good luck, sir.
Ese juez le fijó una fianza para quedar en libertad de $10,000. Buena suerte.
¿Y eso tengo que ir hasta el 29 allá con ellos o cómo?
So, do I have to wait until the 29th to go over there or what?
If you cannot make bond, they will come get you in a few days.
Si usted no puede depositar el dinero de la fianza, ellos vendrán por usted en unos días.
Pero mientras voy a quedar aquí encerrado o cómo?
In the meantime, will I stay here locked up?
You have to make bond or you stay locked up.
O deposita la fianza o se queda encerrado.
¿Y la fianza tiene que ser, la tengo que pagar toda hoy o no puedo?
Do I have to post all of it together?
¿No puedo hacer un arreglo de pagos o algo?
Can I make a payment plan or something?
$10,000 cash. I'm sorry, sir. Good luck.
$10,000 en efectivo. Eso es todo, señor. Lo lamento. Buena suerte.
Miss Officer, who do you have back there? Miss De La Valle? Cynthia, come on up. Miss Interpreter?
Yes. Señora Cynthia, pase.
Mande.
Yes.
One moment. What number is Cynthia? Oh, number 10, near the bottom. Miss, if you're partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señora, si habla parcialmente el inglés, espere por favor a la interpretación antes de que conteste.
What is your name, Miss?
¿Su nombre completo, por favor?
Cintia Lisset del Valle del Valle.
Cintia Lisset del Valle del Valle.
Miss, you're charged with reckless driving as a misdemeanor.
Señora, tiene una acusación de manejar temerariamente, que es una falta.
The next judge may appoint you an attorney.
El próximo juez podría asignarle un abogado.
You're going to meet the University Lakes judge on the 10th day of June at that court.
Usted se va a reunir con un juez en el Tribunal de Paz University Lakes el día 10 de junio.
You're being released on your own recognizance. Good luck, miss.
Quedará en libertad bajo caución juratoria. Buena suerte.
Thank you.
And who do we have next, officer?
Next we have Lunes Aguilar, Jesus.
Señor, allí. 1516? Okay. Sir, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señor, si es parcialmente bilingüe, espere por favor a la interpretación antes de que conteste.
Your name, please, sir?
Nombre completo, por favor.
Jesús Alexander Núñez Aguilar.
Jesús Alexander Núñez Aguilar.
Sir, you have two charges. The first
Señor,
one...
tiene
I
dos
apologize. Go ahead.
acusaciones. El primero. Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
The first one is driving under the influence, 3 counts, all misdemeanors.
El primero, bueno, son 3 puntos acusatorios de manejar bajo la influencia, son faltas.
You're going to meet your next judge on the 29th of May.
Va a pasar ante su próximo juez el 29 de mayo.
That next judge wants a $1,000 bond.
Ese juez le fijó una fianza de $1,000.
The next matter is narcotic drugs as a felony, drug paraphernalia as a felony.
La próxima acusación es drogas narcóticas, adminículos de droga, que es un delito.
Driving under the influence as a misdemeanor.
Manejar bajo la influencia siendo una falta.
Resisting arrest as a misdemeanor.
Resistirse al arresto, que también es una falta.
Open container of alcohol in a vehicle, a misdemeanor.
Tener un contenedor de bebida alcohólica abierto en el vehículo, que también es una falta.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Le he asignado un abogado.
Your next hearing is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix.
Su próxima audiencia es el día 2 de junio en el centro de Phoenix.
There's a $1,000 additional bond. Good luck, sir.
Tiene una fianza adicional de $1,000. Buena suerte.
Thank you.
Miss Interpreter, I believe we have one more.
Last name is Baltazar Salcedo.
All right, Mr. Salcedo, number 11. Sir, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señor, si es parcialmente bilingüe, por favor espere a la interpretación antes de que conteste.
Your name, please, sir?
Nombre completo, señor.
Saúl Alberto Baltasar Salcedo.
Saúl Alberto Baltasar Saucedo.
Your first charge is taking contraband into a correctional facility, a felony.
Su primera acusación es contrabando en una cárcel, que es un delito.
Narcotic drugs as a felony.
Drogas narcóticas, que también es un delito.
Drug paraphernalia as a felony.
Adminículos de drogas, otro delito.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Le he asignado un abogado.
Your next hearing on these matters is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix.
Su próxima audiencia en este caso es el 2 de junio en el centro de Phoenix.
The next matter, sir, is a warrant for your arrest.
Su siguiente caso, señor, es una orden de aprehensión en su contra.
2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence as felonies.
2 puntos acusatorios de manejar ebrio con agravantes son delitos.
I've appointed you an attorney.
Le he asignado un abogado.
Your next hearing is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix.
Su próxima audiencia es el 2 de junio en el centro de Phoenix.
Bond is $50.
Su fianza en ese caso es $50.
The next warrant is a misdemeanor warrant, driving under the influence.
Su próxima orden de aprehensión es por una falta por manejar bajo la influencia.
Your next judge may appoint you an attorney.
Su próximo juez podría asignarle un abogado.
You're going to meet the next judge on the 28th day of May.
Pasará ante el próximo juez el 28 de mayo.
Bond is $50. Good luck, sir.
Su fianza es $50. Buena suerte.
Are we good to let the interpreter go? Miss Interpreter, I apologize. 2 turned into 7 real quick, didn't it? I apologize.
Oh, it's okay, Your Honor. Not a
Thank
problem. Yes, of course. May I have the case numbers and all the information? So, because we do keep track of all the cases. So, if that's not too much to ask. So, thank you so much.
I have a wonderful gal who just said she already did it too. So
Oh,
just
great.
check your,
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
check your computer. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the delay. As you just saw, I'll call you up to the podium one at a time. When you get to the podium, I need your name. I'll tell you the charges you're here on. I'll appoint most of you an attorney. I'll set your next hearing date, give you a location. I'll set your general release conditions. All of you will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officer. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us in touch as to where you are living. If you're on probation, you'll be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the charges you are here on indicate there may be a victim, I will order you to stay away from that victim and not return to the scene of the alleged crime. At the end of your hearing, one of these 2 fine officers will hand all your paperwork to you. When you get a chance, please read it. Thank you, folks. And we already did number 11, Baltazar, correct? So I'll skip that one. Andrew. Luzanga, hope I'm close, Andrew. After Andrew is Fuentes Hernandez. Mr. Fuentes Hernandez, there's a chair right next to the door. Why don't you hop in that? Andrew, tell me your full name, please.
Andrew Lucinel.
Sir, this is aggravated assault as a Class 4 felony, resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony, criminal damage as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is June 2nd, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $10,000. If you do make bond, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victims. Good luck, sir. Mr. Fuentes Hernandez, come on up, sir. And then Christian Robert Hernandez Garduno is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Abimael Fuentes Hernandez.
Sir, this is forgery, possession of a forged document as a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, carrying a weapon, failure to admit, a misdemeanor, open container of alcohol in a vehicle, another misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is June 2nd, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $5,000. Good luck, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Mr. Fuentes Hernandez, come on up. And then Christian Robert is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name.
Christian Hernandez.
Okay, you went out of order, but that's okay. We'll do you out of order, Christian. So we're down to number 2 now. Christian, this is possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, criminal trespassing, a Class 5 felony, unlawful discharge of a firearm within the city limits, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $5,000. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Now let's jump back to Fuentes Hernandez. Where did it?
Yeah, you did it.
Okay, great. And we did Andrew ahead of that, correct? Okay. David Bursino? David, come on up. Jessica Miller's after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
David Briseño.
Sir, this is a dangerous drug charge, a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on the 9th day of June. You're being released to pretrial services. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. The officer to your left is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow to stay out of trouble. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Jessica, Miss Miller, come on up. And then David Cruz Leva is after Jessica.
Hello,
Good afternoon, miss. Tell me your name.
Jessica Miller.
Ms. Miller, this is aggravated harassment as a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 9th day of June, downtown Phoenix. Miss, you're being released to pretrial services. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. The officer's going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. Those are the orders you have to follow. Miss,
Yes.
you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot contact the alleged victim. If you do and you come back here again, you'll probably have to stay a long time. Good luck, sir. Good luck, miss.
Can I?
No.
No.
You don't have an attorney. I don't want you to accidentally violate any of your rights. Mr. Cruz Leva? David? Come on up, David. And Kayla Adams is after Mr. Leva.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Tell me your full name.
David Leroy Cruz Leva.
Mr. Leva, this is drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony and dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 9th day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you.
Show up and take care of this, sir. Miss Adams, come on up, Miss Adams. And Miss Dominguez is after Miss Adams. Tell me your full name, please, miss.
Eileen Adams.
Miss Adams, you have a very soft voice. One more time.
Kayla Eileen Adams.
Miss Adams, thank you. Miss, this is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. So about 8 o'clock tonight, when you step outside this building, I know it's Sunday, but you must call your probation officer. Follow their rules and my rules. You're given the next judge you meet on the 2nd 2 good reasons to not put you in prison on the 2nd. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Dominguez? Yvette? And then Dawn Martinez is after this lady. Tell me your name, please.
Yvette Dominguez.
Ms. Dominguez, this is a dangerous drug case, 2 counts, Class 4 felonies, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is on the 9th day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you.
Miss Martinez? Dawn? Miss Martinez? David Sullivan's after Miss Martinez. Miss Martinez, tell me your full name.
Don G. Martinez.
Miss, you have a very soft voice, and I didn't pick it up on my recording device. A little louder, please.
Don G. Martinez.
Thank you, Miss Martinez. Miss Martinez, you're here on a probation violation warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing date is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. So about 8 o'clock tonight, when you step outside this building, you must contact your probation officer. Follow their rules, follow my rules. You're given the next judge you meet on the 2nd a couple of very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 2nd. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Sullivan, David, come on up. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your full name.
David Bruce Sullivan.
Mr. Sullivan, this is exceeding the posted speed limit by greater than 20 miles per hour. That's a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor case. You're going to meet the judge who can, but they normally don't, appoint an attorney. You're going to meet that judge on the 10th day of June at the Santan Justice Court. I believe that's at 222 East Javelina out in Mesa. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. If you talk to the judge, he can easily reduce this to a civil matter, which would also allow you for a diversion type program. Depends on how fast you are actually going. I wish you the best of luck, sir. You'll be out in 6 hours.
Thank you.
Mr. Owens, Tyrone, is a behavioral issue. We'll do him as a house call. Unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony. Driving on a suspended license, misdemeanor. Liquor consumption is misdemeanor. Reckless driving is a misdemeanor. I've appointed him an attorney on the felony. He's got 2 hearings coming up, the 2nd and the 4th, both downtown Phoenix. His bond is $5,000. Well, if we wouldn't have had all the Spanish, we would have done just fine and
And then I'll let them know. You ready?
All right, thank you, officer.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Good evening, everyone. Please have a seat. This is the 5 p.m. calendar for the 25th day of the month. On the first day of May, orders were read onto the record that affect all of you regarding DNA and fingerprinting. In just a moment, I'm going to call you up to the podium one at a time. Always follow the officer's instructions. When you get to the podium, I need your name. Excuse me. I'll tell you the charges you're here on. I'll appoint most of you an attorney. I'll set your next hearing date, give you a location. I'll set your general release conditions. All of you will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officers. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us informed as to where you're living. If you're on probation, you'll be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the crime you're here on indicates there may be a victim, I will tell you to stay away from that victim and do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. One of these two fine officers will hand all of this to you in writing at the end of your hearing. When you have a moment, take time to read it again. Thank you, folks. Miss Yazzie, why don't you come on up? Jeffrey Bonhus. Jeffrey, you're next. Why don't you just sit right there, miss? Right, and you sit, Jeffrey, right at the chair next to the door. Miss, tell me your full name.
Chelsea Yazzie.
Miss Yazzie, this is 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Those are Class 2 felonies. 7 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 3 felony. 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. 4 counts of aggravated driving under the influence with a person under the age of 15 in the vehicle. I have appointed you an attorney, miss. You have 2 hearing dates coming up, the 6th and the 14th, both of them downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $50,000. Good luck, miss. Jeffrey, come on up, Jeffrey. After Jeffrey is Danny Diaz. Danny, why don't you sit at the chair right next to the door? Good morning, sir. Strike that. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Cold.
I know. Your name?
Jeffrey Allen Bonus.
Thank you. I mispronounced your last name. I apologize. This is out of Graham County. It's 1 count of dangerous drugs. Possession, that's usually a Class 4 felony. 1 count of dangerous drugs for sale, that's usually a Class 2 felony. Drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And failure to appear as a misdemeanor. usually a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney in Graham County. That's up to the Graham County judge. He's going to see you on the 29th day of this month. Graham County wants a $50,000 bond to make sure you get back there.
I have a question.
I may not have an answer, but go right ahead.
They have 32 hours to come get me, right?
No, not necessarily, but they do make arrangements. The officers here will contact Graham County either later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
They had 3.5 years to get me in DOC. They failed to do it.
Well, sir, I'm not the DOC judge. All I can tell you is they will come get you. Good luck.
Oh, I doubt that.
Well, sir, they may not, and if they don't, and we
They have 72
verify
hours
that.
from the time I got arrested.
Sir, pardon me?
They have 72 hours from the time I get arrested.
I disagree with you on that, sir, but good luck, sir. Why don't you go sit wherever that officer tells you to. Good luck.
Yeah. I'll see you in 32 hours then.
Danny Diaz, Mr. Diaz. And Vince is after Danny.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your full name.
Danny Garcia Diaz.
Mr. Diaz, this is disorderly conduct with a weapon, dangerous instrument, class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony, threatening and intimidating as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000. Good luck, sir. Vince, why don't you come on up? And then Andrew is after Vince. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your full name.
Vince Gordo.
Mr. Gordo, this is a warrant for your arrest, the Country Meadows Justice Court, driving under the influence combination and another driving under the influence with a blood alcohol or breath alcohol of 0.8 or greater. I cannot appoint you an attorney, and this looks like a failure to pay fines and fees. The judge there is the presiding judge, Anna. Can't remember what Anna's last name is. She wants a bond of $1,845. I'm speculating that's fines and fees, but sir, I don't have your full file. You'll see the judge on the 29th of this month. Good luck, sir. Andrew. Andrew, do me a favor. Take the cap off. Thank you, Andrew. And then Brandon's after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Andrew Andrus.
Mr. Andrus, you have two different matters. The first one is dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 2nd day of June.
What drug did I have? I had a drug.
Well, sir,
histamine.
Well, sir, why don't you
my lungs.
Take that.
Drug tested?
Take that up with your attorney, who I've appointed for you. You're going to meet your attorney on the 2nd day of June, and the next judge. The bond on this one is $1,000. The next
$1,000. I ain't picked up drugs. I didn't have drugs.
Sir, the next one's a probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, the 2nd. The bond is $50. I wish you the best of luck, sir. Good luck. Brandon? Come on up, Brandon. After Brandon is Tracy Trujillo. Tell me your full name, sir.
Brandon Thomas Cottrell.
Mr. Contrell, this is a simple assault out of Wickenburg. It's a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney in Wickenburg. That's up to the Wickenburg judge. You'll meet that judge on the 4th day of June. I've set bond in the amount of $50 because of this next matter, which is also out of Wickenburg as a misdemeanor. Again, I cannot appoint you an attorney. Same hearing date in June. And the judge in Wickenburg wants a $1,000 bond. Good luck in Wickenburg, sir. Mr. Trujillo, come on up, Tracy. And Mr. Robinson is after Tracy Trujillo. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Tracy Trejo, Your Honor.
Sir, this is a narcotic drug case. It's a Class 4 felony and a drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is on the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $1,000. I wish you the best of luck, sir.
I ask if you could release me on pretrial service because I got to go to work on Monday, even though it's the day off. But I work, and I just wondering if you could just give me that courtesy so I could just get to my job and sort out my differences so I can get, you know what I mean?
Well, sir, at this point in time, with your history with the court, I don't feel comfortable doing that, but if you verify with the next judge that you do have a job and you are important to that job with some type of letter from the employer, I'm sure the judge will reconsider. Good luck, sir.
What's the bond again?
1,000, sir. Mr. Robinson, come on up, Mr. Robinson. After Mr. Robinson is Miss Smith, Jessica. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Good evening. My name is Darrell Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, you got two different matters. The first one is minor in possession of an alcoholic beverage. That's a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint an attorney on misdemeanors. You'll meet the judge who can. They probably won't under the circumstances. At the Highland Justice Court on the 29th, bond is set by the Highland judge at $500. The next one, sir, is aggravated driving under the influence, which is a Class 4 felony, and also a minor in possession, again, a misdemeanor. I've appointed you attorney on these because of the felony. Your next hearing date on these are downtown Phoenix on the 2nd day of June, and bond is set by the DUI judge at $250. Good luck, sir.
So how much is that altogether?
$750.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Can I put something up as collateral for that?
You know, that's between you and a bonding agent. When you get back to your cell or the phone's outside, ask if you can use a phone. We got phone numbers. Make the phone call. You'll be out in 6 hours.
Thanks, sir.
Good luck. Miss Jessica Smith and Johnny, why don't you stand right over in front of the podium? There you go, miss. That's where my speaker is, or my receiver. Tell me your full name, Miss Smith.
Jessica Elizabeth Smith.
Miss Smith, this is a drug paraphernalia case, which is a Class 6 felony, and narcotic drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. 2 hearings coming up, the 2nd and the 4th, both them downtown Phoenix. Bond was set by another judge at $500.
No, wait, can I do pretrial services?
Miss, I respect the other judge who issued this, so I'm going to honor their request at $500. Good luck, miss. Johnny Coulter, Mr. Coulter, come on up. And then Adrian Bustos. Sir, tell me your full name.
Yayo Sean Koza.
Sir, this is a probation violation warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. Your probation revocation hearing is going to be on the 2nd of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. 11 o'clock tonight, when you step outside this building, plus or minus, the first thing you have to do, even though it's a Sunday night, is contact your probation officer. If you follow their rules and my rules, you're given the next judge you meet on the 2nd 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 2nd. Good luck, sir. You'll be out in 6 hours. See. Okay. What was? Yes, I can take care. Officers, can you do me a favor? What was the first person's name? Chelsea has just been added at page 2, and I think you've already taken Chelsea back.
Okay.
You are perfect. Thank you. It's either that or we got to do it again at later tonight. I apologize, sir. Tell me your full name.
Adrian Bustos.
One more time, sir.
Adrian Bustos.
Are we up to Adrian's? Pardon me? Did we skip any? Did we skip any? He says his name's Bustos. Did we do Dixon?
We already did Johnny.
Yeah, but we didn't do Dixon. I'll come back to Dixon. Tell me your full name again, Adrian.
Adrian Bustos.
I apologize, Adrian. When I got distracted, I lost my train of thought, and I do apologize. Sir, you got a couple different matters. The first one's a probation violation. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 2nd of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. The next one, sir, is also a probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, the 2nd, same location, downtown Phoenix, same release condition, own recognizance. What that means is about 11 o'clock tonight when you walk out of this building, you have to call your probation officer. If you follow their rules and my rules, you're given the next judge you meet 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison. Good luck, sir. Were you able to get that, lovely lady? Oh, thank you very much. Let me just do Dixon. Mr. Dixon, why don't you come on up, and then we'll go back and do that one, okay? Thank you for catching that. Mr. Dixon, good evening. Tell me your full name.
Chill Predator, where Dixon?
Mr. Dixon, this one's a probation violation warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing downtown Phoenix on the 2nd day of June. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be walking out of here in about 6 hours. So about 11 o'clock tonight when you're walking out, the first thing you have to do is contact your probation officer. If you follow their rules and my rules, you're given the next judge you meet 2 good reasons for not putting you in prison on the 2nd, okay?
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck. The warrant? I wonder if it's at the bottom.
I checked it.
Okay, well then let's just move on and we'll get her. Moya? Casey? Casey, come on up, Casey. And Epps is after Casey. Good evening. Tell me your, evening, morning.
Well, evening, sorry about that.
That's okay. I'll accept morning too. I wish it was morning. Tell me your full name, please, miss.
My name is Casey Muya.
I apologize for mispronouncing your last name, sir.
That's fine, sir.
Sir, this is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing date is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Your next one, sir, is another probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, the 2nd, same location, downtown Phoenix. Same release on your own recognizance. It takes a while, about 6 hours to get you processed out, but as soon as you step outside, call your PO. Follow their rules and my rules. You're given the next judge you meet on the 2nd. 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 2nd. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Miss Epps? Miss Epps? Come on up, Miss Epps. And then Oscar Martinez Moreno is after this lovely lady. Tell me your name, please.
Haven Epps.
Haven, this is a simple assault matter out of El Mirage. I'm not allowed to appoint attorneys on misdemeanors. You're going to meet the El Mirage judge on the 10th in El Mirage. You're being released on your own recognizance. Do not go back to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victim.
What if it's at my house?
Well, here's the problem. I don't have the deed in front of me, so I don't know it's your house. I don't know who's authorized to live in that house.
Okay.
I only have you in front of me, and you just have to stay away until the next judge solves all those problems.
Okay.
You might have the only right to be in that house, but without the deed, without the lease, I can't make that ruling today.
Okay.
Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Oscar Martinez Moreno. Tell me your full name, sir.
No inglés, español.
No habla inglés? Un momento, por favor. 10 minutos allí, por favor. Do you speak Spanish better than I do? John McGrath? John? Pardon me? Sí. Okay. Sí. Do you speak Spanish?
I do, but not.
Well, I can't use you as an interpreter, but at least you're better at Spanish than I am to where we can be courteous to the people and just tell them what we're doing.
Okay.
So, tell me your full name, sir.
John James McGrath.
Mr. McGrath, you got two different matters. The first one is a drug paraphernalia is a misdemeanor out of the Superior Court. It's a bench warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is going to be on the 3rd day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. The next one's a trespassing as a Class 6 felony. Same attorney, sir. Same hearing date, the 3rd, same location, downtown Phoenix, same release conditions on your own recognizance. You'll be stepping outside this building in about 6 hours. Good luck,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem, sir. James Carlton? Mr. Carlton, James? Have we found that first one yet? Is that page 2?
It looks like they attached the wrong case number on there, so they're trying to get it.
I make these officers bust their backsides. Now we can't find the right case. Tell me your full name, James.
James Dean Carlson.
Mr. Carlson, this is a criminal trespass case. I appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 9th day of June, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Again, don't return to the scene of the alleged crime. Don't make contact with the alleged victim. Good luck, sir.
I have a question.
I may not have an answer, but go right ahead.
Is someone going to be able to help me get my medication for a night? The only reason I ended up having...
Don't tell me why. Where are your medications?
My medication's at home.
Well, sir, and home is probably where you can't go back to right now. Is that correct?
I should be able to go back home, I think.
Well, where did all this happen at? Allegedly.
On the same street, but a different house.
If it's a different house, you just can't go to the house that it happened at. Can't go around the people that it happened at. But I would suggest the closer you get to a problem, the more it makes people nervous and the more they call the police. If you've got a good friend, I'd have him knock on your door and you stay away and have the friend get the medication. That would be my suggestion. Just a suggestion. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Do we have an interpreter? And who is our no habla? Oscar? Would the interpreter please announce? Interpreter? He hung up? Okay. One of those days. That was Mr. Carlson. Back again?
No, I removed it.
Okay, never mind. Ian, come on up, Ian. Tell me your full name, sir.
Ian Knobloch.
Sir, this is one count of driving under the influence as a misdemeanor. It's out of the West Mesa Justice Court. I'm not allowed to appoint attorneys on misdemeanors. That's up to the West Mesa judge. You're going to meet that judge on the 10th day of June. Excuse me, you're going to be released on your own recognizance, sir. With driving under the influence charges comes what's called an admin per se. It's a civil matter authored by motor vehicles to suspend your license on a temporary and or permanent basis. I don't know where it's at in the process, but before you hop behind the driver's seat, check to make sure you have driving privileges or you're going to get yourself back in trouble. So, sir, you're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours.
All right, thank
Good
you
luck.
very much. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Lopez. Senor Lopez. Mr. Lopez? That's all right. That's all right. Thank you, though, officer. Take your time, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, please tell me your name, sir.
An interpreter no English.
Can you tell me your name first?
Ramon Espinosa Lopez.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, I want to come back to what you just told me, but I need to do this real fast first. This is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 2nd day of June. You're being released on your own recognizance. The next one also is a probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, same location. You're being released on your own recognizance. When you get outside this building, contact your probation officer. That will look very good to the next judge you meet on the 2nd. If you're having physical problems, we do have medical personnel in here. Just tell the officers, and they'll send a nurse by or a nurse practitioner, and they'll try to give you some help. But you are getting out in 6 hours. Good luck, sir.
No, he needs an interpreter, he was mentioning.
You
His
said-
interpreter's on the line.
I apologize. Interpreter, please announce.
Oh, okay.
Thank.
Hello? Can
Hello.
you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Do you want me to translate that?
No, I want you to start now. Mr. Espinosa Lopez, if you are partially bilingual, wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Okay, señor Espinosa López, si usted es parcialmente bilingüe, espere que el intérprete le interprete.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Por favor, dígame su nombre, señor.
Ramón Espinosa López.
Ramón Espinosa López.
Sir, you have 2 probation violation matters. I have appointed you an attorney on both of them.
Ok, usted tiene 2 violaciones de probatoria y ya le asiste un abogado para que lo actúe en eso.
Your next hearing date is the 2nd day of June, downtown Phoenix.
Okay, su cita en la corte sería para el 2º día de junio en el centro de Phoenix.
I am releasing you, but you must contact your probation officer when you step outside this building. Good luck, sir.
Ok, yo lo voy a liberar, pero usted tiene que tan pronto salir del edificio, tiene que contactar su oficial de probatoria inmediatamente. Buena suerte.
Good. And the other one was Mr. Moreno Martinez.
Yes.
Mr. Moreno Martinez.
Señor Moreno Martínez.
Sir, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Si usted es parcialmente bilingüe, por favor, espere al intérprete para poder responder.
Okay. Your name, please, sir.
Su nombre, por favor, señor.
Oscar Martínez Moreno.
Oscar Martínez Moreno.
1 count of narcotic drugs as a felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia as a felony.
Que tiene una cuenta de drogas de narcótico y uno de parafernalia, que es una felonía.
I have appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing date is the 9th day of June, downtown Phoenix.
Ya le coloqué un abogado y su próxima cita en la corte es junio 9 en el centro de Phoenix.
I am releasing you. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. Good luck, sir.
Ok, lo voy a liberar y usted va a estar afuera de acá en 6 horas. Buena suerte.
Gracias.
And Mr. Interpreter, thank you very much for your help. You're free to stay or go. Interpreter's choice, but thank you. We could not have done it without you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for calling Lion Bridge. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner, we're trying to get a hold for them to fix the case number for number 25, but they can't fix it, so we're going to have to figure out how
Officer, please apologize to the young lady for me. Apparently, there's a back office snafu with her page 2, and we can't get it processed. So we drug her back here for no reason at all, but I will see her again in about 3 hours. I apologize for wasting your sergeant's time and your men's time. Thank you, Sergeant. All right, tell her I'm sorry. The next 3 are behavioral matters, Megan is number 23 on the calendar, a probation violation matter out of Pinell County. I cannot appoint an attorney in Pinell County. She'll meet the Pinell County judge on the 29th day of May. Bond is set at $500. Mr. Roberts, Bob, is criminal damage as a misdemeanor. Again, I cannot appoint an attorney. He's going to meet his judge on the 10th. He's being released on his own recognizance. Mr. Murray, who's number 2, and Roberts was number 8, is resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony. I've appointed him an attorney. His next hearing date is the 2nd. His bond is $5,000. Did I miss anything else, boss lady? A lot of goofiness. Thank you. I completely misunderstood what he said. So I thank you for being bilingual. Officer, can I be real rude to you? I've got 3 DUIs and they're time sensitive. It'll take me about a minute each.
Go for it, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.